windy, rainy afternoon. From the KUOW newsroom, this is Seattle Now. I'm Patricia Murphy with a roundup of today's top stories. It's Friday, August 15th. The October 1st deadline for when DACA recipients will be ineligible for federal health benefits is quickly approaching. But as Gustavo Segreiro reports, in Washington state, people still have options.
The state's health exchange says current customers who have insurance through the state benefit system don't need to act. The biggest change those DACA recipients should expect to see is needing to pay more out of their own pockets for healthcare. That's because they won't qualify for federal benefits as of October 1st. They can still continue to buy health and dental insurance through the state's health exchange program. For DACA recipients who can't afford health insurance, the state has expanded its own health insurance program to provide Medicaid-like benefits to people without legal status who are low income. That means those DACA recipients could get health insurance that way as well. The only catch is that program has a wait list of people wanting to apply. Gustavo Segreiro, KUOW News.
Back to that wind and rain. Areas around Seattle experienced from a quarter to a half inch of rainfall so far today. And Matthew Cullen with the National Weather Service says there's more to come.
The heaviest bit of rain is still off to our west, and that'll be moving through the remainder of today and into tonight.
Cullen expects relatively cool temperatures in the 60s and gusty winds up to 25 miles an hour in the metro area this afternoon and into the evening. He says the system should stall out by tomorrow morning. On Sunday, there's a chance of rain before 11 a.m. Then we're expecting partly sunny skies and highs in the mid-70s. An inch of rain is expected to fall on the Bear Gulch fire today on the Olympic Peninsula. Firefighters say that's not enough to quench the fire, but should slow it down. John Ryan reports.
Rain is a welcome change for firefighters. The Lake Cushman area on the drier east side of Olympic National Park has gotten less than a third its normal rain in recent months, leaving forests explosively dry. Now firefighters have to contend with the risk of landslides and debris flows below burned-over areas. Fire officials say they are temporarily repositioning firefighters from slide-prone land for their safety. Investigators say this fire started at the end of the 4th of July weekend at a popular picnic spot on Lake Cushman. So far, agencies have spent about $22 million fighting the Bear Gulch fire. They expect it won't go out until the steady rains of autumn return. John Ryan, KUOW News.
T-Mobile's latest layoffs will affect about 120 workers, according to employment filings with Washington State. The Bellevue-based company is making cuts in its IT department as it merges its workforce with that of U.S. Cellular. The federal government gave T-Mobile the approval to acquire U.S. Cellular in July. Nike co-founder Phil Knight and his wife Penny Knight have pledged $2 billion to Oregon Health Science University to support cancer research and patient care. From Oregon Public Broadcasting, Amelia Templeton reports.
At a press conference announcing the gift, cancer researcher Dr. Brian Druker called it the largest single donation to a university on record. With the new money, the Knight Cancer Institute will become semi-independent with its own board of governors. Druker will be its first president. The gift will support two distinct goals: research to develop better cancer treatments and support for patients to help them navigate the overwhelming process of cancer care, Druker says.
Imagine if you made one phone call and there was a caring, compassionate voice on the other end of the line that said, "We got this for you."
OHSU and academic medical centers across the country are bracing for cuts to their federal funding. Druker says he's grateful for the Knight's timing as well as their generosity. In Portland, I'm Amelia Templeton.
Cement is the source of as much as 10% of all carbon dioxide emissions worldwide. That's according to materials scientists at the UW, who are aiming to reduce that carbon footprint by adding seaweed to the mix. KNKX environment reporter Bellamy Palethorpe has that story.
Eleftheria Rumali is an assistant professor of mechanical engineering at the UW. Her latest findings showed that ordinary sea lettuce could be dried, ground up, and mixed into cement. Without any extra treatment, it passed standard industrial strength tests and reduced the carbon footprint by 21%.
That is a fact. What we're trying to do now is trying to understand, can I actually not use that specific one, but can I use the cousin or the grandparent of that, if you will?
She says this feedstock flexibility will be a key for sustainability. They're now testing several other species of seaweeds that grow locally with an eye toward maximizing the benefits of their use. They're imagining harvesting invasive species or seaweeds like kelp that absorb carbon and provide wildlife habitat while they're growing. I'm Bellamy Palethorpe reporting.
Heavy rain could complicate efforts to clean up a diesel spill in Bellingham. Construction equipment spewed an estimated 600 gallons of diesel into Paddon Creek. The construction aimed to make the creek more salmon-friendly by improving culverts beneath a bike trail. Cleanup crews are setting up pumps to keep rainwater from filling the spill site and carrying polluted soil downstream. Officials say there's no evidence that diesel has reached Bellingham Bay. The Washington Department of Fish and Wildlife has issued a stop work order on the construction until polluted soil is safely removed. And that's all for today from the KUOW Newsroom in Seattle. Our producer is Andy Hurst, and I'm Patricia Murphy. Seattle Now and KUOW are members of the NPR network. See you soon.